Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever YouTube video, so I apologize for the poor quality. It's just being filmed with an iPhone, and if you see a tail, that is my cat who will not leave me alone right now. So, let's get started. So, my name is Krista, and I'm 29 years old, and I currently live in Charleston, South Carolina. Since this is my first video, I'm just going to kind of give you a background on me and what this channel is going to be about. So, like I said, I'm 29. I live in Charleston, South Carolina, and I've lived here since September. Before that, we lived in Indiana, and that's where I went to school. So, I started getting into fitness last January. I made the New Year's resolution to kind of push myself a little bit further, fitness related, and I said that I was going to compete in an NPC bikini competition. So, I've never done anything like that before. I had been working out and been into fitness kind of off and on my whole life. I mean, I was always an active kid. I was actually a figure skater up until the age of 18, and that's when I quit just because I knew I wasn't going anywhere, professionally, and I was going to school in Indiana, and there's not any ice rinks around there. So I quit doing that, and in college, I never played any sports with college. I just kind of did intramurals off and on with like my sorority a few times, but nothing like official. So then when I was in college, I succumbed to the freshman 15 plus. And when you have that picture that you see of yourself and you're like, oh my God, how did I get to that place? Well, that's what happened to me. I was 21 years old and I was going to Vegas with my cousin who is 6 months younger than me. So she was turning 21 and she turns 21 on New Year's Day. So that's like New Year's Day in Vegas, 21. I mean, what else can you ask for? But, it was when I got those pictures back that I looked at myself and was like, how did I get here? I mean, I never really saw myself as overweight. I mean, I knew I wasn't as thin as I was in high school, but nobody is. But I saw that picture and I was like, okay, something has to change. And it made me motivated to get healthy and lose weight. So when I got back from there, I kind of didn't really know where to start, and I joined Weight Watchers. And it was online at the time, but I really enjoyed Weight Watchers because it taught me portion sizes. It taught me how to eat healthy. I mean, I never had to eat healthy. I kind of always just ate what I wanted, but I was always active. So, I remember going to skating practice and picking up McDonald's on the way, or my mom would bring me hot dogs, or, just because I could, because I was active. But when you don't get active and you're drinking a lot and eating college food and eating pizza every night, it all catches up to you. So after college, I got a personal trainer and I continued eating healthy, mainly the way Weight Watchers had taught me. And I was eating everything low fat, fat free. I went eating veggie burgers, everything like that. And I lost a lot of weight eating like that and training with my trainer. Looking back at it, that trainer, she tried to teach me how to eat with macros, but I was like so confused. I didn't really understand it, so I just kind of still ate based on calories, which is what most people do. So after that, I started working with some people who were eating paleo style, and that was really interesting to me. So I got the book, I read this whole science behind it, and it made a lot of sense, so I started eating it like that, and I started seeing a lot more muscle development because I was eating more protein. But paleo, if you guys don't know, it is anything that you can kill or pick off a tree. So any meats, I mean, obviously not processed meats, but meat, veggies, you can eat starches, but it has to be like potatoes and stuff, or rice. It can't be like bread. So I started eating paleo, and I've been eating that way kind of off and on up until January. And side note with paleo, you can't really have any dairy unless it's like whole dairy, but I just chose to cut it out. So before I started eating like that, I never had any issues with dairy, and I cut it out for over a year. And I remember visiting my sister-in-law in Hawaii, and we went to the store that had fresh ice cream. And I hadn't had ice cream in so long, and I was like, yes, we're getting ice cream. And it was pretty much an immediate reaction, if you know what I mean. And so I just choose to kind of stay away from it now. I still eat it sometimes, but I kind of have to prepare for it, if you know what I mean. So fast forward to last January, I was still eating like that off and on, and I decided that I wanted to compete in a competition. So I started training weights, and I started doing the workouts my husband was doing, but it wasn't seeing the results that I was looking for. So I started watching a few YouTube people, following a bunch of fitness people on YouTube, seeing what they were doing, looking up what they were prepping for competitions, and I just realized this animal was so much bigger than I ever anticipated. Like, I didn't understand macros that people were talking about, and I tried to look at it on my own, but until someone explained it to me, I never figured it out. So I came across Abby Esvenshade and her company called 3S Fitness, and the price was right, and I figured, hey, why not? I'm gonna sign up, and what do I have to lose? If I don't get in the shape for a competition, I'm still gonna get in really good shape. So I signed up, and we started talking, and she was actually preparing to compete in some shows as well. So it was really nice to have someone that knew exactly what you were going through, and we have similar body types, and so it was just really good to have someone else to feed off of. And so she was competing in her first show in April. We were both competing the same day in June, and then I competed again in October, and I think she competed one more show after that. So my first show was in June, and that made me nationally qualified because I placed in the top 5. My second show was in October, and I did not place in the top 5, but since I had already placed in the top 5 that year, I'm nationally qualified still. So, sidebar about competitions. You have to be mentally prepared. It's not just about the actual show day. It's a whole mental game. I mean, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, and I'm not really a show-it-all kind of person, and so the idea of getting up on stage in a bikini really made me nervous, and I didn't know what to expect. But backstage, everyone was so nice. Like, I wasn't anticipating. Most of the time, girls are kind of mean to each other, and everybody was very supportive, and all the girls were really helpful. Like, we were all helping each other make sure their suits looked okay, make sure their hair looks okay, fixing their makeup, talking, and, you know, we all have kind of different stories, but the same. So in June, I was happy with placing in top 5. It was my first show, and I figured I didn't expect to place at all, and placing in top 5 was fine. My second show, I wanted to beat myself how I looked for the first show, if that makes any sense. I wanted to come in a little bit leaner in my legs just because compared to the other girls, that's what I needed to work on. And I wanted to get my posing a little bit better. So I did both of those things, and before I ever stepped on stage, I was already happy with what I had accomplished. I was leaner, I looked better, my posing was better, you know, that's kind of what I wanted. And you have to be happy with that, because I got on stage, I did good, I didn't place in the top 5, which, yeah, I was a little bummed because everybody wants to place, but that's not what it's about. For me, it was just about pushing myself, training harder than I trained for my first show, looking better than I did in my first show, and I did. So, you know, after that was kind of like off season, so I am still eating healthy. I'm eating more clean now than I was before. I'm still training really hard, and this year I want to compete nationally, but I don't think I'm going to be ready by June. I don't know. Kind of have to see. It's hard because, you know, being that lean, gaining fat back, gaining more muscle, and you don't really know what's under there, you know, until you start shredding it down and losing that body fat, you don't really know what you look like. And so I've been training really hard over winter, and I'm kind of got a new motivation now that it's past January, and seeing new people in the gym and getting to talk to some people, and it's really nice getting a fresh start in the gym. Everyone starts fresh in the new year. So anyway, so that's what I've got going on, and maybe competing this year, hopefully nationally competing this year, and that's it. So I'm going to take you along that journey with me. I also have a blog, operationfitandfair.com. I'll leave the link below, and I have some good information over there as well. So this YouTube channel is kind of be a segue along with the blog, but you know, some things I want to talk to you about are a lot easier to talk than to type and make it readable, if that makes sense. But hopefully I'll have some meal prepping videos and workout footage, and anything else you guys want to see, leave in the comments below, and I would be happy to film that for you. So that's about it. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.